Hello, beautiful heart. How are you doing today? I am Dr. Denae, the Awakening Doctor, Metaphysician, Spiritual Mentor. All right, you guys, I am here to do today's energy reading. Mercury went direct yesterday. Did you guys feel the energy? It might have felt a bit rough and chaotic yesterday. Today, are you feeling it lighten up at all? Let me know. All right, I'm gonna clear the energy with the sound bowl and just let it resonate in your cells. If you're wearing headset, you may want to turn down the volume for this. Love, praise, and gratitude, glory, and grace. All right, let's hop in and see. What do your cells want you to know today? All right, what's going on, Spirit? All of you and none of me. Show me the cards I need to see. Had an itch. All right. Love, praise, and gratitude, glory, and grace. Give yourself the love you desire. You can't have courage without fear. And your inner child deserves your attention. This is really fitting given all the planets that had been in retrograde that are now direct. The focus for the past few months has literally been on love and relationships. First with yourself and then with others. Heart, home, compassion. Are you giving yourself enough compassion, or are you beating yourself up currently still? Dragon's Hoard, protecting the future. All right. Protecting the future is all about facing ourselves in the now. With compassion, no judgment. There's never any room to judge yourself. You know, when you could get to that point of just going, oh, yeah, okay, I did do that. Or, yeah, I felt that way. You know, just owning that, accepting it, and just going, you know, I don't like that. Let me change that. But what you focus on inwardly now will protect your future, because you won't be making the same mistakes from the same thought patterns. Yep, skywriting, the fates. Being in the process of rewriting your story. And as wonderful as that seems, and it is, it's not so easy to open that new chapter in your life and stare at a blank page. Because a lot of us, well, we all go through this process of you're recognizing your patterning, your thoughts, maybe where you're not compassionate with yourself or others, whatever it is, and being on this journey to heal yourself, to heal your life and manifest what you want. So your tomorrows aren't like your yesterdays. There is that void where this is the testing ground. When you're afraid of the future, not sure what it holds, but you know you don't want the past. Guys, I know in the moment it can feel very uncomfortable and scary. You could feel lost. You don't even know who you are. Guys, that's really a divine opportunity, because you are at the fruit in the process of divorcing yourself from your human consciousness. All of the, altered ego, pride, toxic, habitual ways. And you get to decide who you want to be. You haven't had that. You weren't allowed that. And so it can be scary. But I'm here to let you know that is a divine place. The old energy is going to want to come up and want to get you into judgment, guilt, condemnation, blame, and shame. That's how you know altered ego is trying to run the show. And that you do need to give your inner child more attention. Because there's a false belief playing out about yourself at your cellular level. Give yourself the love you desire. You absolutely have to. It sets an energetic pattern in your life for how other people can come in and treat you. Because people are going to treat you the way that you allow, the way that you internally feel about yourself. That's those subconscious things that you feel you kept pushing down and they're not bothering you anymore, that you've dealt with them, but yet now here you are, this cosmic energy has brought up a lot of old, deep stuff that you really thought you dealt with and that wasn't there. And now it's sitting there as if it's come to tea. It's like, hello, here I am. You thought you dealt with me. I'm back. That's all that is to let you know there is still a limiting belief about yourself playing out. And you can't have courage to design your own life and manifest the way that you want while playing small, while entertaining the subconscious crappy thought patterns. You can't find the courage to move on and change your life the way you've seen other people do it until you face that fear and walk through it. All right, look at that. 10 of Wands, Ace of Wands, reverse, Knight of Pentacles, reverse, the Magician, Page of Pentacles, 5 of Pentacles, 9 of Pentacles, 3 of Swords, reversed. Yep. You've been carrying a burden, a big burden. Actually, lots of burdens. And here's the thing. I don't even feel like all of these are your burdens. It's almost as if you've collected these burdens and kind of have taken them on as your own. And that, a lot of times, guys, we do that without even realizing it. When we sit with somebody or listen to somebody and empathize to the point that we lower our vibration and we are in that moment with them and really feeling it, we're to have compassion, but we're also to protect our energy. Because when we empathize or sympathize to the point that it feels like we are really right there with that person, that's when we unknowingly take on their energy. And now it compiles with ours and things start happening and we don't even realize it. So the person that you were on the phone with or out to lunch with, whatever it is, that you had a conversation and it was all about their story and what's going on. And guys, hear me out. Yes, people do need to talk and get things out, and we are called to be there for others. Totally get that. What I'm saying, so trying to keep this in context, guys, don't let altered ego twist it. You are coming onto this part of the journey where you're realizing that you're still in the process of your cocoon. You're still in the process of healing. That is not the time for you to, let me try to word this, kind of get off of your focus and your path to shine your light to help somebody else. because right now you're still in this volatile process. Yes, you're further ahead, but you really don't have your solid feet underneath you. And you're going to be finding that the people that are coming to you, seeking out your empathy and compassion and your light, are people that are dealing with traumas and issues, one that you either just overcome or you're in the process of overcoming. I want you to think about that for a moment, because when you do entertain that, that is the distraction, because you're not fully out of it yet, that grabs onto your ankle and pulls you back. They may get your energy, you may have great words and things to tell them, they go off feeling better, and there you are. How does that look in day-to-day life? You could come back from lunch or after this conversation, have a headache, be tired, be foggy, can't really think, that type of stuff. That's how we unknowingly open ourselves up to the lower vibrations, and we find ourselves sinking back down. Now we could be back in our shitty thoughts or doing toxic behaviors to try to get back out of that, not realizing where that even came from. So if you need to be that person for people right now, I mean, we all have our lives to live. What you need to do is guard yourself. Know that your energy is raw right now, and that's why I talk about the cocoon phase. The cocoon phase really is the most lonely time, and it needs to be. The problem is, as we get further in our cocoon process, altered ego freaks out. It doesn't want to do this process because it knows altered ego as it is today cannot exist if you stay in your cocoon and you do this. And you keep talking to yourselves, working the program, because altered ego has been running the show and it doesn't want to give up. Ace of Wands in reverse. Knight of Pentacles in reverse. Feels as if that you are starting to be on a new path, a new direction, being excited about manifesting a new opportunity. I feel like this is more about, it could be money, it could be work, job, business, that type. But this distraction that you find yourself in, energetic distraction, there's no movement. Everything is really stopped right now. And that's okay. That is absolutely okay, because you do not want to manifest more matrix and more of what you don't want. We do have the Magician here, so you are in manifesting mode. Feels as if your finances are being affected. So look back, reflect back on, and don't get attached, guys. So look back on your patterns, the situations, like a scientist studies a monkey. No judgment, no anything, just look back and just go, oh, that's interesting. That's interesting. But I want you to look back on the energy patterns with this person. Does it happen that when you start getting solid footing, moving forward, focusing on you, and this person comes back around or you have contact, that your life goes a little catawampus and finances may either dry up, stop, or unexpected bills, unexpected loss of money starts happening. In your thoughts and emotions, are you feeling rejected, left out in the cold, lack, unworthy? because that's the route you're trying to work through. But yet, as you're working through it at the cellular level, it does push up all the dense energy. And that's just so you can acknowledge that it's there and then have a new perspective on it and release it. Yeah, because it feels as if you've been in this independent energy, making things happen for yourself, working on codependency. Feels like you've really made a huge leap in getting away from codependency, working on that, healing your heart, but somebody's energy brings you back. And it could be that, you know, out of jealousy or envy, they see that you're doing better. They don't like it. They may come in wanting to know how you're doing it, this, that, and the other, with this false praise, but it's really, they don't like that you're moving on. I do want to go back to the whole cocoon thing, because when the caterpillar goes into the chrysalis, the cocoon, what happens to the caterpillar before it becomes a butterfly? In that cocoon, that dark night of the soul, transformation, alchemical process, it turns into a big pile of goo. Guys, there is destiny. There is hope in that goo. It is, you are literally going through that process. Yes, okay, you don't literally turn into a pile of goo, but it's been feeling like that at times, right? Yeah. And you've been procrastinating on getting through this cocoon phase, allowing other people's energy and outside situations to take your attention. Number 4, sexuality. That is all about healing your womb, healing the root chakra, letting go of that negative self-talk around your body, around your sexuality, however that plays out for you. It feels like this energy has been a lot of, yes, yes, oh great, I'm doing the work, yeah. And then you get in the cocoon and something pulls you out. All right, let me see. All right, Spirit. And see, this is the thing. Yeah. You're healing from a lot of sneaky behavior, a lot of deception, trickery, bait and switch. This is what you're healing from and walking away from. But I don't feel like, okay, here's what I'm feeling. You are able to see other people's trickery, deception, and recognize that energy. But are you recognizing it in yourself? How does this play out in yourself? It could play out in like knowing somebody's shady or they're not coming correct, but yet still holding space for them, knowing, you know, you see their potential, or knowing the truth, because your intuition knows the truth. But what's happening is, instead of walking away, letting this person or these people emotionally mature and handle their own stuff, you've been getting sucked down the rabbit hole with them. It's almost like you need the courage and the strength to go cold turkey for a few days. Why do I say that? because this energy can get very scary, very anxious, really override your thoughts and make you feel all those ugly feelings that you've worked through. And make you think that there's something wrong with you, when you are in the process of finding who you really are and allowing that person to come back out. You know, you've been living a fractured life, like from fragmented pieces. Now you're in the process, you have a bunch of the puzzle pieces, all the different modalities and things that you've been learning. Guys, don't get into this negative thought pattern that, well, it didn't work. I tried this, it helped a little bit, didn't work, blah, blah, blah. Guys, it all plays a part on your journey. It will all start to make sense at some point. It was all for a purpose, and it's led you to this point now. So we have believe in the impossible. Seriously, look at this. Within the word impossible, it says, I'm possible. What may be impossible for others isn't impossible for you because you believe. So don't let other people's opinions and energy stop you. Yeah, prosperity lies ahead. It absolutely does. And guys, if you've in your background have had financial struggle, living paycheck to paycheck, never having enough for ends to meet, always kind of having to borrow from your next paycheck or whatever it is. When you are diligently working on healing your thoughts and your emotions around money, security, and love, because it's all the same, right before the breakthrough, right before, you know, the money comes in, the bills are paid, whatever it is, it's a freaking shit show. And it is scary as hell. But it's in that time, your thoughts and your emotions are so critical for what you want to come in. Conclusions are within reach. Guys, I'm telling you, you are so much closer than you realize. This is the time for you to pull that energy back. Get back in your cocoon, even if it's just for 24 hours. Shut off social media. Shut off everything. Guys, tarot is an amazing tool for self-reflection and being able to heal, see things clearer, and change your life. But there's also a time, so for those, I'm speaking specifically for those of you who are in this very anxious, ego-driven, whether you realize it or not. If you're anxious and you want answers and it's like, everything's got to move fast. That's altered ego. That is pride. That is not allowing you to see the truth. When we're in that mode, we may binge watch on YouTube or Facebook or whatever, different readings. There is a time that we do need to take a break from it as well, because all you're doing is literally feeding the ego. Why do I say that? Because you sit there, and I'm speaking hypothetically, and here's how that inner dialogue looks like. This is where you're not trusting your intuition, but you're telling yourself you are. So you're going to go look at all the different tarot readings regarding your issue. And there's nothing wrong with that. Here's where you get caught in a trap and a loop, and it's all pride and altered ego, and it keeps you on that crazy ass hamster wheel. It's when that energy, that desperation, anxious energy to figure it all out, that literally altered ego has risen to the top. Your inner child, your intuition is back in the toy box. Altered ego standing on top of it with a bullhorn. And in your mind and emotions, I got to figure this out. And then you get, the reading will validate some things, but then you want another reading to get more validation. Or you might not really believe in that reading, so you want more validation somewhere else. Guys, that's doubt and fear. Do not gaslight yourself any longer. That is doubt and fear. And what's happening when you're in that mode? That is all altered ego and pride, and it's taking you farther and farther off that path that you want to be on and back into what you were just trying to get out of. By all means, use tarot as a tool for, your intuition. You always have to trust your intuition. Your intuition will never steer you wrong. It is your soul. It comes from love. It knows truth. Altered ego does not come from love. It can only come from the 5 human habits of judgment, guilt, condemnation, blame, and shame. That's why loving yourself is so important. Focusing on your inner child and healing, especially when all this energy towards somebody else is being activated. That's your clue that you are so close to manifesting what you want and leveling up from this cycle. But where humans usually fall short and then find yourselves in a worse situation is we feed the ego, because that's what we've been trained to do. You are now at the point, stop feeding the ego, starve the ego, put that ego on a fast, a 3-day fast, whatever you need to do. But you are so close to your goal, but there is somebody or people in your energy that are placed on your path to keep you from all that you're supposed to be. So trust your intuition. You have amazing things waiting for you. What's meant for you will not pass you by. But when we allow the human to continue running the show, we delay, and we end up in this energy, breaking our own heart more than we need to. All right, you guys. Thank you for hanging out with me. I hope this gave you some clarity, some inspiration, and some hope for today. As always, I am sending you oceans and oceans of love. Namaste. Bye-bye.